Hey, get ready to go on that vacation. I know it's summertime is here, and like, is that going to be a vacation or a mission? All right, today we're going to be in Psalm 78. I can see it right there. We're going to look at verses 4 to 7. I want us to think about kind of our legacy. Now, legacy you might think is for what happens, like what I leave behind. But what you leave behind has everything to do with what you're doing now and what you're pouring into your kids. Like, what are you talking about with them? Like you know what I'm saying? And again, get a lot of time this summer, extra time perhaps, with your kids. And and again, there's a temptation to fill it with going here, going there. We got to see this, we got to see that. But how about we unplug wherever we are and spend some time together, especially time in the Word, time with the Lord. That might mean going to a church on Sunday. It might be a church that you've never been to in a different place. That's kind of cool. You meet some new people. But it might just be like in the hotel or in the cabin or wherever you are, the tent or whatever it is that you're. Again, it's probably a great opportunity because you don't have a lot of the same pressures that you have, and you're trying to get relief from some of those things to be renewed. Because again, it's these things that we fill our lives. That's going to be the legacy. So Psalm 78, 4 to 7 says this. It says, "We will not hide them from their children." Okay, and he's talking about teaching. Okay, teaching. Talking about God's teaching. Talking about what God has taught the fathers and the people. He's like, we're not going to hide them from the children, but tell them to the coming generation the glorious deeds of the Lord and His might and the wonders that He has done. And he keeps going. He says, He established a testimony in Jacob and appointed a law in Israel, which He commanded our fathers to teach to their children, that the next generation might know them, the children yet unborn, and arise and tell them to their children. Notice that. He was thinking about people who hadn't even come yet, who hadn't even been born yet, so that they should set their hope in God. There it is. And not forget the works of God, but keep His commandments. And again, there's a warning after that they wouldn't be like stubborn fathers, like their ancestors that maybe were against God, that maybe got lazy or got detached from the Lord and from His teaching. No, He's saying, look, we're going to lean in. This is what matters. And notice it was to fathers. So guys, I'm talking to you. Please do not say, hey, honey, don't say to your wife, like it's, if you're married, man, like it's you and your wife. But you're the one. But we have this pattern, man, where so often it's the opposite. The wife's begging the husband, or the husband's begging the wife, right? Be together on this. Now I understand there's situations where that can't happen. Situations where maybe one believes, one doesn't, right? And let's pray about that and work through that and be good to, if you're the believer in that relationship, like love that person, like care about them, right? Show them the love of Jesus and tell them about His love as well. Because those kids matter. And both of you matter, right? That's the whole point. We're not going to hide these things from our kids, and we're not going to get distracted by all the other stuff, and maybe get around to it, and maybe, and it's sad that maybe some of the best examples of this. Well, they go to church every week. Well, that's awesome. Trust me, I am just incredible. I'm stoked about that. But really, once a week? Think about that. Can you sustain anything by doing it just once a week? Once a week for an hour? No, it's not how it works. It's a lifetime. It's every day. It's all the time. It's all the time. And for us to think, especially even about the kids that haven't been born yet, or your kids' kids. Because let me just tell you, they're not going to tell their kids about Jesus if you don't tell them about Jesus. You see what I'm saying? We're called to share this amazing grace and truth with the next generation, and then listen, so that they share it with the next generation. So we could stop, we can shift this now. And really what it boils down to is that we be disciples, number one, who make disciples, who in turn make disciples. You see what I'm saying? So here's that discipleship term is kind of wordy. So here it is. I'm going to follow Jesus myself, okay? And I'm going to teach people around me to follow Jesus, right? Maybe people that don't know what that looks like or don't know how to do that. Now, again, I can't teach that if I don't know. So I should probably have somebody who's teaching me and helping me with that, right? So I'm being discipled. So I'm doing the disciple thing. I'm following. So I'm learning how to follow. I'm following, and then I'm teaching someone else and saying, hey, this is how it's done. This is what it looks like. This is how finances look like when you're following Jesus. This is what every day looks like. This is what my temperament looks like. This is what my words and my thought life and how I treat my wife and how I treat my kids and how I treat the people at work. And people get to see that. Okay, that's what it means to follow and to show somebody what that looks like in real time. And the point is that I should be teaching them in such a way and showing them that with just being very deliberate and saying, so that you also will find somebody, a friend, and hopefully if those kids get married and have kids of their own, that they teach them. You want to talk about a legacy. The legacy is following Jesus and having the next generation follow him as well, and then they follow him, and that's how it works. It's always how it's always. This isn't a new thing. This has been the pattern. It's why we're still here. It's why I know about Jesus, because somebody said, hey, I'm going to do this. Do you see? So if you think it's some kind of like new, hip, cool thing, it's not. It's been the way all along, right? So let's just rediscover it now. Let's get excited about it, about leaving this legacy and telling everybody about Jesus so that they also will tell others. All right. Okay. That was a lot. I got it. But I think this is so important. I'm Pastor Fred. This is the Follow Through. Hit the subscribe button. I can't talk. Share this with somebody, and we'll be back tomorrow as we talk more about family on a mission. Let's go.